Have you ever asked yourself, what is the purpose of my marriage? Listen, I'm a God girl, and in Genesis 2:25, it tells me that the man and his wife were both naked and unashamed. I begin to realize that I believe that that is the purpose of every marriage. That in the process that you learn to be naked and unashamed with one another. That means fully vulnerable and fully transparent. Now listen, in order to get there are hurts, pains, and disappointments of our past that are attached to what I call our soul wounds. In the therapy world, we call it our traumas. The reason that your spouse upsets you, disrupt you, drive you crazy is because God is using those moments to interrupt life, to bring your attention to those wounds that he wants to heal. So instead of fighting with your wife, I want to invite you to fight with the wound. Fight with the thought and belief that's attached to the hurt and the pain that you believe about yourself that is different from who God called you to be. So instead of throwing away your marriage, now listen, I'm talking to people who are in quote unquote healthy marriages where there's no abuse, but there's just a lot of frustration and anger simply because you guys can't quite figure out how to communicate effectively or get along or just know how to have peace in the house because your first initial thought about marriage was it was about us being happy. And so you've been seeking this happily ever after that doesn't exist. But I promise you, if you begin to do the emotional work required to live in a place where you're willing to be vulnerable and transparent and deal with the stuff, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments, the resentment, the abuse, the abandonment, the wounds of your past within the marriage, that you address that instead of addressing your spouse about the little things or even sometimes the big things. When you begin to do that work, you will see that your marriage is about so much more than your happiness. And what's so cool about it is once you do the work, the happiness will then show up. So if you want to do that work and you want to work with me, my name is Kenesha Berry, and I am a marriage coach, and I have helped couples really learn to get naked and unashamed with one another so that they can communicate more effectively and get that connection they truly want. And I would love to help you too. So book a free call. Love to hear from you.